Hi, I'm Sarah Jane from Natural. And today we're actually at the Klover factory in Italy having a visit. Now, this is the lovely little new Heart stove. And it's the size of an ordinary wood burner, but it's running on pellets. And there's a lot of very funky things about this unit it can do that is worth consideration. Now, from memory off the top of my head, I think it's 550 millimeters high. So it's about the same as many standard wood burners. But the clever things are, when pellet stoves run, the gases are literally clear. They're like at least 90% efficiency, and you will see no smoke coming out the chimney. They are so clean, you see nothing. Now, because it runs on a hopper type system and the pellets go in the top, at half a kilo fuel consumption an hour, a 6 pound bag of pellets is going to last 20 hours of burning time. And this unit can do anything between about 2 kilowatts right through to 6 kilowatts into your room. And it's thermostatically controlled, or you can control it by remote control as well. Now, it's also fan assisted, so it blows the heat out the front and the heat out the top. So you feel a good amount of heat coming out. The best bits are, you don't have to open the door to refill it. You'll only open the door when you want to clean it out. And you don't have to light a match. And you don't have to light a fire. Because it can't get dirty, because it cleans itself. You do have to hoover the ash out from around the outside of the crucible. But it empties its own ash into the ash pan at the bottom. And you just load the pellets in the top. And it runs on a 4-inch diameter flue. So it'll run on any bungalow, it'll run on any two-storey. The flue can even fit horizontally 500 mil through a wall. And yep, we've fitted one horizontally straight through the wall and straight up the outside. And you don't even need a tall flue system. So they're ideal for things like that, and they can go really quite close to a combustible wall. Now, even if you've got other needs, or if you get elderly parents, or you want to, before you get home, you can do it via the app on your mobile phone. You could have this set come on an hour or two to heat the place before you come home. Or go off when it reaches temperature. Or you can set timers, different timers for different days, so that it comes on whenever you want it to, even when you're not there. As long as you've got pellets in it. And yes, it needs electricity, but we've found a way around that too. Because we've now got a way that you can run them off grid. And to run it off grid off a battery pack, and you can have the battery pack to the electric, so the electric charges the battery pack, so when there's no power, the battery pack runs the unit. You can also do it off a tiny portable solar panel that charges the battery pack that then runs the fire. And I've worked out that my fire at home with it running all the time, or not at home, in the unit at work, it uses 7 pounds of electricity for a whole month running all the time, or 20-hour days on running at work when I'm in the office. It uses hardly any electric. And it's low maintenance. And wait till I show you how it loads on top flue exit, or it can rear flue exit. So here you go, you put the pellets in the top. And that'll hold a great big bag of pellets in there. And this one is top outlet. Well, it's top outlet at the minute because the flue outlet comes down low at the back onto this centralising kit, so it brings it from the top out central. But what you can also do is take the pipe horizontally out the back, like that bit there, and go straight through. Like we just wouldn't do with a wood burner. So it's so easy and simple to fit, and we don't need as high a flue section. And we can run it on a 4-inch diameter pipe, internal diameter, rather than having to run it on a 5 or 6. They're flipping incredible. And this is the littlest one. But you know what? We can make it even smaller. So from the height that this is at the minute, we can take the legs off it and run it straight still on a 12mm hearth. See? It's not very big. I'm sat on the floor, by the way. Oops. There you go. Now with these legs at the bottom, those legs are about 75 mil high. We can drop that another 75 mil and drop it right on the floor. So that means you've got plenty of height. That's my hand on the top. This has been on all day. Yes, it's hot, but not a problem that you're not going to have a beam above it at this height because it isn't hot. It's pretty cool. Don't you think? Anyway, I've now got these on live display at the shop at Natural Heating. I've also got a bigger version. I've got a version called the Miss. And the Miss holds more pellets, and it's also got a lot of cast iron in the body. So once it gets hot, it stays hot for a long time in the body casing. Yes, it costs a bit more money, but it holds a lot more heat in the body and it's a good bit higher. And then we've got a bigger version again called the Soft. Got a Soft behind me, you know, mine's all steel and this one's fancy one. But this one here is a Soft, and I've got one of these in my office behind the desk. And my brother's got one as well. We're in an industrial unit that was costing a fortune to heat in the office. And it has smashed my fuel bill into the floor. I mean smashed it last winter. I've saved a fortune in fuel, even taking into the cost the amount of electric usage and the pellet usage. I have saved 1,000 units of electricity a month. And I reckon I've saved at least £250, £300. I need to look out and tell you. After the cost of the pellets, just heating one area. Now the really special thing about this is you can duct out to heat 2 other rooms as well. So you can take an air ducting pipe through the walls or through a cavity or even up the chimney into another room and direct vent the air into not just this room out the front but into another area. And I really think that some of these pellet stoves are the future. And these guys here at Klover are so passionate about what they do and how they do it. Their quality control, the attention to detail, and how they're listening to us dealers is pretty nothing short of incredible. And they're great, and I had the most awesome visit with these guys, and I can't thank Klover enough for having me. And we're only out here for a couple of days trip, and I have so enjoyed myself, but it has given me such enthusiasm in pellets. But not only that, we're doing the wet systems. So if you've ever had boiler stoves before, or you're on oil in a rural area like us, I can't wait to show you what their pellet units and their wet systems do, because they are absolutely and utterly phenomenal. Now, while I'm here, I'm going to show you something else. And this is really cool. I don't know if they've still got it burning. You think he has? I'm going to ask anyway. May I put some wood in? Can we run that one and bring that one back to life? Let's have a look at that inset fire. Can we put some more wood in this, please? Yeah. If you don't mind. Yeah, fill it back up again, please. Now this is nearly gone. It's 30 degrees outside and we've got all the fires. It's killing you down with wine. Tell that'll do. I don't even drink. Yeah. Right, so this is a guillotine door. The guillotine door, let me sit down. The guillotine door means that door goes up and down. Now isn't that pretty cool? Now that'll light up and take away pretty quick when that ignites. Thank you. Right, so he's opened the air vent in this and we're getting all the reflections. But this is an inset fire. Inset fire with a difference, and I'm going to show you in just a minute. Because this is an inset fire that also heats your wet system. And it runs so damn clean and it's so controllable. And I'm absolutely mind blown by what this can do. So it's got a massive firebox in there. You can put all sorts in there. And this has been burning all day. Since we've been here, so this morning, it's like about 5 o'clock or whatever, and everybody else has just disappeared. And this is absolutely blinking fantastic. So it's a massive firebox here on the inside. You definitely want to raise it up off the floor because this at that distance is hot. But that firebox is going to be 18 inches deep by 24 inches wide. What do you reckon, Jamie?
I reckon you're about right.
Yeah, I reckon we're probably about right. We can look it up and tell you. But it's not just an inset fire. It's a boiler stove that's heating your whole central heating system. And I can't remember how many, I'm going to go round there. How many kilowatts was this to the wet? Was it 33, Jamie?
Yeah.
33 kilowatts. That's an entire blinking house. That's 33 1 metre wide radiators this heats, as well as the heat to your room. And it's nice, but it's controllable. It's just hot in here because it's 30 degrees outside. So down in the cupboard, well, it's not a cupboard, it's, you can switch it on for us. Okay, thank you. So down in the cupboard are the false chamber and at the side and the inside. This is the boiler unit that's heating all the wet system. So it was a 7-inch, yeah. So they're both open, runs on an open vented and a pressurised. So this can never boil over. I thought, oh, that's how it's hot water in there. Well, so it should be. But it's sure it should be. I've got asbestos hands anyway. So this is their fail-safe type system. So it acts like an expansion tank. You don't need one in the lot. So basically, it's got coils in it to heat your hot water tank and all your radiators. And it isn't that hot in here. I'm stood in the cavity. So you can hide it all. And this is enough heat off this to heat a whole farmhouse as well as your living room. And the controllability and the cleanliness of it is absolutely phenomenal. It's not the boiler stoves you knew of before that gave you tarry chimneys and black glass and were horrid to run. This is just amazing. So obviously you've got everything all built into here. This is the man that is my guru that will tell you all about the plumbing systems. So if we need any help on the plumbing systems and understanding and work out your setup for what suits you, we've got Jamie. And Jamie's good. And just look at that. And it's just magic. And that has been running all day and is beautifully clean. And the control, I don't need a glove, I've got asbestos hands, Jamie. But the control on that type, yeah, so give it 10 seconds to burn off that air so you can see what it does. But it's got a lot of control on it for a boil unit. And that is some ember bed they've got in there. You get hours worth of heat with how much ember they've got in there. They've been loading it up well, burning it right down. But that ember bed's got to be about 4 inches deep. So that ember bed's going to go on for what? About 6 to 8 hours of heat out that ember bed.
It's been on all day, isn't it?
Yeah, it has. But the amount of the depth of the ember bed is still going to be giving heat out to both the water and the wet side.
4 inches at the back.
It's got to be 4 inches at the back. So that's got to be at least 6 hours of heat retention in there. And that's a ceramic heat storage unit that's built in the inside. We've left all of us go out there. I could stay here all day and play fires. It's just lovely, isn't it?
It's only 35 degrees outside.
And it's probably 40 degrees in here, but we've got aircon on and fires. And it's still nice to have a fire.
We love fire.
The only thing that's missing is cooking them a steak in there.
Yeah,
if there's ever another time, we need to bring them a steak fill over, don't we? And cook steaks with them. Because it's been the most fabulous trip, and I can't thank Mario and his team enough because it's just been wonderful. And it's ignited my flame in pellet fires and wood boiler systems that I never thought I could have. But I have already got 3 of them on lit live display, and we're going to put the central heating boiler in our house.
Yep.
And I think what we're also going to do is put the Miss still in Skies, and if we air duct that to heat her upstairs in her terraced house, so all the heat supply is done downstairs by one little pellet stove, and then ducted the air to heat the upstairs, all her heating will be off gas and onto pellet at minimal charge with no daily rental. So we'll work out the cost saving and show you that. Anyway, over from us in Italy, we'll see you back in the UK.
Cheers.